All right. Gluten-free chicken broth. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Arroz. What is this? Oh, wow. Exactly what I need. More. I might be overthinking this. I cannot stand Peppa Pig. Is Jimi Hendrix? This is weird. That's wild. Y'all wilding out here. Today, I'm making a jambalaya. Here's the catch. I'm going to my local Dollar General to see if I can find all the ingredients. A lot of y'all have hunting camps in really rural areas. Maybe you're 30, 45 minutes, an hour away from a grocery store, but a Dollar General might only be 5-10 minutes away. So if I'm talking to you, this could be a good recipe for you to go on at your hunting camp, your fishing camp, or wherever the road takes you off the beaten path. We're in the Dollar General with fresh produce. It's better to have some fresh ingredients in your jambalaya. Bag of onions. We're not going to need all these onions, but major part of the trinity: onion, celery, bell pepper, and then also garlic. This jarred minced garlic right here. If I find a pot of garlic, I'm going to get that. Got a couple bell peppers. Is perfect. I need 2 bell peppers at $2.95 each. Some button mushrooms. Don't need them in a jambalaya, but it's good to have. I like mushrooms in my jambalaya. Celery hearts. I mean, already with the trinity, I'm kind of getting up there in price. I was hoping to stay, under 20 bucks. I think that's all the fresh ingredients we need. Here's one thing I never thought I would be doing, is that buying meat for my jambalaya at Dollar General. But as they become more and more popular around the country, it makes sense to check it out and see what meals we can create from the aisles of Dollar General. What I'm looking for is some sort of smoked sausage, some sort of chicken. I'm gonna be trying to make a basic chicken and sausage jambalaya. If I can find some ham as well to add some extra smokiness and some depth in that meat, but I don't just want to use deli ham. I'm gonna really try to search this out here. So this is the deli section: bacon, deli meats, hot dogs, sausage, getting close. I'll get this ham steak. It's just like a little $5 ham steak. Boneless ham steak, water added, hickory smoked. That's a start. Let's see, we got sausage here. I'm in for the smoke. Let's get 1 pack of Eichrecht smoked sausage. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. Naturally hardwood smoked. It's fully cooked with premium pork and chicken. Okay, so we have 2 smoked products. We have ham, we have sausage. I have my trinity. We're getting pretty close. Let's see if we can find some sort of chicken. They're all $3 a pack. Let's see, what's the weight on it? 6 ounces. Not a heck of a lot of chicken there. Now we got the flame grilled and we got the oven roasted. In my opinion, the picture on this one looks better. I'm gonna do 1 oven roasted, 1 flame grilled. Mix it up, depth of flavor. Sold. Sold on photos and description. Get your jambalaya and your roach spray and your kids a stuffy all in one spot. What is this? Oh, wow. Teach your kids to box, dude. We need oil. I have oil in my house, but again, I want to show y'all what this is all gonna cost. So we got a small little bottle of vegetable oil here. It looks like Tony Chachere's is the only seasoning, like Creole Cajun seasoning, that they have. It's a little too salty for me, so I need to keep that in mind as I go about making this jambalaya. But it's a homegrown brand, one that I grew up with. I love it, but it wouldn't be what I would choose if there was a number of different Cajun seasonings here. So let's see. Oh, we got parsley flakes, thyme leaves. We can use some thyme leaves for $1, certainly. Stock, Clover Valley chicken broth. I'm not sure what makes it gluten-free. This is weird. Gluten-free chicken broth? I kind of want to put some beef broth in it because it might get a little light. Jambalaya should be brown and kind of rich and dark. I'm trying to be as frugal as possible with thinking about this. Like, do I need to? No. Traditionally, you would use chicken, but I think what we're gonna get is a much richer, much more complex and hearty jambalaya from using beef broth. Next up is arroz. Got a couple different rices here. We have boil and bag, already cooked rice. We're not gonna do that. Got some jasmine, got some beans. I only need 2 cups of rice. This is what I'm going with, this 1 bag of rice here. go check out. Slinky, Slinky, such a wonderful toy. Just for fun, I'm gonna guess we're at 40 bucks, which would be double what I was hoping to get out of here for. But if you're feeding a family of 6 or 8, $40, pretty good. All right, we found everything.
Found everything?
I think so. All right, that. What do we think? Man, see, those vegetables are gonna get me. Oh, on the money. Man, what'd I say? Been to a grocery store in my life or what? $40 for 6, 8 people. That's a pretty good price per person, especially when you got some mouths to feed. Thank you so much. Tell Miss Eileen I said thank you as well. I'll be a courteous shopper and bring my cart back. We got all the ingredients for our jambalaya. We need to start browning meat. Jambalaya gets its iconic color from how brown you get the meat and the vegetables in the pot. I want to make the best use of these ingredients as I can. Part of that is by making sure you take your time in the pot to build all those flavors in the jambalaya. Hickory smoked indeed. Jamon. Oh yeah. Give me those links. That's got a nice little smoke. Nothing more than I love than a good smoky dog. I'm gonna go mushrooms next. Into the pot you go, boy. While the sausage browns, we continue to cut our trinity. Bell pepper. Looking nice. All right, next up, celery. Some people like more celery than I in their jambalayas, pastalayas, even in gumbos. I'm kind of one of those guys that goes half of what most recipes call for. In this case, I'm gonna give it 4 stalks of celery. So whenever I'm making jambalaya, I always like to use a flat edge wooden spatula to really scrape against the bottom of that pot. You wanna try to release as much of that caramelization on the bottom of the pot as you can. There was no bay leaf at Dollar General. So for like the first time ever in my life, I'm not gonna put bay leaf in a jambalaya, which, I mean, it kind of feels a little sacrilegious, but I think we'll be okay. Maybe I missed the bay leaf, but we didn't see it. Got parsley flakes and we got dried thyme here. Those will go in as we get closer to putting the rice and the rest of the liquid in. This is looking pretty darn good. I mean, I'm getting this stuff brown. I like to get some caramelization on my onions before I add my bell peppers and celery. It's only been a few minutes, but those onions picking up all those brown bits around the sausage and on the bottom of the pan, getting caramelized, that's exactly what we want to see when building out this jambalaya. A little key bump of garlic. Looking tasty. All right, this is looking good. It's nice and brown, it's nice and rich. It almost looks like caramelized onion that you would use for a French onion soup. Next up is the bell pepper and celery. It's gonna go in together. And we're gonna soften that up as well. At this point, I'm just gonna add just a little dusting of seasoning to encourage those vegetables to sweat their moisture out. I'm gonna start to add some thyme leaves, and I don't wanna go too aggressive on thyme because they can overtake any dish. Then I'm gonna add a good bit of parsley. It's much more mild than thyme. It's smelling good. I need this whole thing of beef broth, all right? I'm gonna dump all of that in. Kick my fire up on high. The moment we've all been waiting for, the diced rotisserie and grilled chicken from the freezer section. Now this stuff is still a little bit frozen, so I'm gonna add it into my pot right now. It smells like chicken. You can see, and like, here's what we're working with. This is the flame grilled chicken, and here is the oven roasted. It does smell like more herby oven roasted vibes, but still frozen chicken. We're gonna add it right into the pot as our final piece of protein for this jambalaya. Let's stir it all in. I really want this to cook for 5 to 10 minutes once it comes up to a simmer. It's really hard to season it once the rice is cooked, so you wanna have a good gauge of the salt, the spice, where everything is before we add that rice and then steam it in the pot all together. I have everything I bought at Dollar General in this pot right now. When I'm trying to detect salt first, then spice, you need to bring the seasoning and spice over the line of what you're expecting, what you're thinking it should be, because that rice is going to really kind of dilute a lot of that flavor. Well, you can tell this is going to be a meaty jambalaya bound with rice. You don't want your guests, whether it's family or friends, be digging around and trawling for meat. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be right around 2 cups. I like to be at a 2-to-1 ratio. Gives me a little bit more wet jambalaya than a dry one. I like it a little more wet, a little more sticky. This is looking good. Ready for the next step. I'm gonna add this rice into the pot. I want it to really stir it in well, where there's no clumps of or sections of this pot where it's just like a clumpy bit of rice. I want to build an environment in there where that rice can just sit and steam within all this and really take its time, but it needs to have a good rapid simmer first. It needs to always constantly be bubbling up, simmering and steaming in this pot. That's where we want to be. And before I turn it down, I'm going to give it one last stir. Putting the lid on. And then I'm gonna reduce down as low as I can. Now we're cooking outside, so the wind is a little bit of a factor, but I wanna get this just low to where I can still feel and hear the bubbles, but I also don't want the wind to blow it out and me come back 5 minutes later and it's not cooking. I'm not even gonna touch this lid. I'm just gonna come check to make sure the fire's still on, and I'm setting the timer for 30 minutes, and we'll come back to the pot and see how our jambalaya is looking. 5 minutes ago, I came and checked the pot. The flame was on. Alarm just went off. Flame is off. Don't know if that happened 5 minutes ago or 30 seconds ago. So we may have to do some adjusting on the cook because the rice may not be done. Can't leave it open for long. I got to get in there, inspect, see if I need to turn back on, add more water, so on. So here we go. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let it rest like this for 10 more minutes. Heat is off, lid is on. Jambalaya sometimes needs that moment, those 10 minutes to just kind of like resettle in itself. The cooking is done, the rice looks pretty good. 99% there, still some little rough spots, but I think this extra 10 minutes with the fire off is just gonna finish that rice out and let it absorb all the rest of the moisture it has left. 10 minutes of rest time is done. Let's take a look. Let's really take a look here. All right. So I like to just go around the pot a couple times and then just go gently under and just turn it. Just give it a fluff, a nice, just a gentle turn. This is all Dollar General, 40 bucks for all of this pot right here. I said 6 to 8. I think that's pretty accurate. Looking at the pot, it's nice and meaty. First, this sucker is gonna be hot. I gotta let this nice, cool fall Florida breeze come through, huh? Gotta love that. Good piece of chicken with it. Honestly, this jambalaya does the trick. Like, it's not gonna be the best jambalaya you've ever had, but when you got that craving, you wanna feed a family, you wanna feed a hungry camp, this might just be exactly what you need. Everything really came together. I recommend always serving jambalaya out of a pot, but if that's an issue for any reason, you can always kind of do something like this, get a little extra fancy with it, take a bowl, pack that jambalaya nice and tight in there. Once you got it to the brim, give it a good press down. You take a plate, then you got your jambalaya. Hit it with a little fresh parsley. If you have a little more Tony's you want on top, or a little hot sauce from the pantry. And that's your Dollar General jambalaya. Gotta smell my meats. Dude, it ain't bad. It really not. Give me those links.